All right, let's get started. Again, thank you everyone for joining us today. We are really excited about the launch of this new FP Ambassador webinar series that we've gotten started. I guess just to check in, I do have my amazing interviewee with me today, Priscilla. Priscilla, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful, awesome. So again, thank you everyone for joining us today. Our first group that we are going to be working with for this new Function Point Agency interview series is the Veugeler Design Group. So we're going to be talking about tips and tricks for increasing productivity and profitability within marketing and advertising agencies. So, you know, to kind of give a little understanding of where this came from, I regularly speak with our customers here at FP, and they're always asking, what do other teams and other customers that you work with do to increase their profitability and productivity? So we figured this would be a really great way to start bringing together our community and asking other agencies that I work with regularly on what tools and hacks and advice that they might have and want to share. So a little bit about myself. I am Sophia Wilson here. I'm a Senior Customer Success Manager. And, you know, staying focused and on task is one of the biggest obstacles that I come across when chatting with some of our customers. And I know we are all guilty of it. So, you know, we wanted, again, to bring everyone together to be able to talk about that. So as I said, today we're speaking with a Veugeler Design Group about how they stay focused and with the big picture with their clients while ensuring that no details get lost along the way. So before we get started, you know, have to do the quick Function Point elevator pitch. So Function Point's mission for the past 20 or so years has been to help creative agencies in modern organizations, of course, be more productive and profitable. And we want to do that by providing the best in-class project management software we can. And then, of course, a lot of you are probably familiar. We work with about 9,000 users globally, which it's super fun, and it's been quite the experience being able to have the opportunity to work with a lot of you. Now, of course, my absolutely lovely co-host today, Priscilla Salmasi, Digital Marketing Manager at Veugeler Design Group. Priscilla, why don't you actually start by giving us a quick overview of Veugeler and your role at the agency?
Sure. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. We're excited to share a little bit about what we can do and what we do to increase our productivity, and hopefully it'll be an asset to you all. Just a background about Veugeler Design Group. We're a graphic design and digital marketing agency. We're located about 45 minutes outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and we're a husband and wife owned business. Randall and Angie Veugeler started the business 12 years ago. We're actually coming into our 13th year now, and in that time we've grown to over 20 employees. Our core offering is being a white labeled outsourced resource of graphic design for other agencies. We do the creative heavy lifting when agencies have time sensitive deadlines or overflow work. And from time to time, from a time, quality, and value standpoint, we are our customers' best option for graphic design. And in addition, we're a HubSpot partner agency, and we provide inbound marketing services. We also have other capabilities like video and content writing. And if that wasn't enough, we also produce a bi-monthly magazine for the local community of Suwanee, Georgia, which is close to our offices here. And we reach a readership of over 50,000 per issue. And the magazine is fully supported by local businesses advertising with us. And we also have a little fun here. So we organize, present, and market one of the largest beer festivals in the Southeast, and that's Suwanee Beer Fest. And 2019 will be our 9th year putting on the festival. We have over 6,000 attendees every year. And so we really do fit the model of a full service agency because, you know, all of our capabilities, we can do so much for our clients. And my role at VDG as the digital marketing manager is to manage all things digital for our clients and our internal marketing, from website development to inbound marketing.
Amazing. Thank you for that. And how do I get an invite to that beer festival? Is that possible for me?
Yes, definitely. Come down come down from Canada, and you will have a great time, we promise.
Awesome. That would be great. So kind of just to feed off of that, what has been a highlight for you in 2018?
A highlight for me, well, our graphic designers really get to have a lot of fun. They produce some of the best graphic design pieces in the country on a daily basis. But from the digital side of business, we had the opportunity to build a new website and produce a couple of really cool videos for our friends at Phoenix Roasters, and they are a local coffee roastery in the Atlanta area, and they have a really cool mission, and they buy direct from the coffee farms in Panama and Guatemala. And so for doing that, they are able to give the maximum compensation back to those families and those farmers. But on the end here, Phoenix is able to take the coffee they sell and put that towards domestic relief projects in our community. And so that was a really fun project because of the impact that they're creating.
That's amazing. Definitely those feel-good sort of projects are what really get us out of bed sometimes, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, and this is a great picture of that Veugeler team that you have over there. Thanks again for providing this. So kind of just to dive into our next sort of items, technology is evolving every day. We're really curious, how has FP helped you in managing tasks and boost your productivity? And what other tools are you using to keep your agency on track?
Well, just to give you an idea of the amount of jobs and the tasks that we do every day here at Veugeler, and to put this into context, this year alone, our company has opened over 6,500 new jobs. We've put in over 3,000 tasks, and our team has logged over 9,000 hours into Function Point. So we are, we're fully invested in FP. So it gives us the ability to have a transparent view of our agency as a whole. And what we do, crosses over so many aspects of our capabilities, just from design to web coding to content. So Function Point gives us that ability to see what's going on in a project or a job at any given time. And as far as other tools we use, we are a HubSpot partner agency, so we utilize their tools from an inbound marketing perspective, and our VP of Sales utilizes their CRM. But we are a fan of Google Docs. We also do our email marketing for our festivals and our magazines through MailChimp. And then some of us use Slack to communicate. We're trying to get everybody on board there, but that's a big tool that we use.
Yeah, we use Slack ourselves here internally. So, if you need help promoting it over there, I can certainly help with that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Awesome. So, you and I have already talked about this, and I think even a few people on the line would already be aware. FP recently conducted a survey where over 400 agencies in North America actually helped us find some of the top pain points prior to implementing an agency management software. And a couple of those were, of course, a need for better time management, management of budgets, and then, of course, team alignment and communication. Can you relate with any of these challenges, and what does Veugeler do to address them?
Yes, most definitely. We can relate to those challenges. And, I would agree we have definitely improved our time management since implementing Function Point. And reason being, since that software allows people to have the ability to see into other people's workflow and give us that transparency that we need to see other team members' tasks and to-dos. And so we can gauge when we can expect work to be completed and what tasks may be priority in front of us, or kind of, just have that visibility between other team members. And, we really do make it a point to spend time with our teams, and we have a reoccurring regular team meeting, and that's something that we have on the calendar every Friday that we can always expect, and that just gives us a chance to have each department take a few minutes and talk about what's going on with new projects or recently completed jobs or fun things that they might be working on. And we also make it a point, I just have to throw this in there, to have what we call Mimosa Friday. That's a time where we can relax at the end of the work week and enjoy a mimosa or a craft beer, since we're such a big craft beer crowd here. But yes, we can definitely relate to all of those challenges.
I love it. Mimosa Friday. I really need to get myself down and visiting you guys. I'm a huge advocate for I love it. That's great. And, you know, definitely how you manage Function Point. You know, I've had the privilege of working with you guys for a long time, so I definitely know you're very on top of it, which actually really kind of gets me into this next point. You know, from the pleasure of being able to work with you, I know that you guys are great at utilizing the tasks and schedules within FP. So, you know, just to kind of build on that, how important is this for you ensuring that projects are delivered on time and on budget? And of course, do you have any recommendations or best practices that you'd like to share with those on the line today?
Sure. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, just this year, and the year's not over yet, but we have input over 3,000 tasks into our Function Point. So, but utilizing the schedules, especially for things like the magazine and website projects, it really allows us to easily create the tasks that always occur each time within a project. It's just awesome that we can be able to use something like the schedule template, and we use that for website projects specifically, just to ensure that we don't miss a task, even if that task may seem really routine. Something that's always going to happen for a website project, for example, is the website is going to go on its development link, but we have a task for that just because it allows us, you know, or the project manager to complete that task and notify the client or notify other team members that, hey, that, you know, this website's ready, it's on a development link. We even have, you know, sending a final invoice as a task, just because with the amount of work that we do and the volume that we produce, it's one task that we definitely don't want to go overlooked. As far as recommendations, I know we all have a lot of just things that we use Function Point differently for, from, you know, from our production manager to our account managers to Sue, who does our billing and works in Function Point day in and day out. I would just recommend setting your dashboard up exactly as you want it, and that way everything that you access on a daily basis is available to you quickly. We use the timesheet window, especially if you're quickly shifting between tasks, and that is just, you know, an awesome tool to just keep you on track. And when you're billing time, it's extremely helpful. I really like to copy tasks from previous jobs and apply them to new jobs, even if that, you know, job is a year old and I know, hey, this is the same task that we did last year. It's so simple to use that quick search feature, and that's a huge time saver to, you know, find a task and just apply it to new jobs. One thing I'd say, you know, we copy estimates over and over again for new jobs, but just making sure that the billing rate is correct. So either creating the estimate from a company level, or just making, you know, always giving a second eye to the billing rate, especially if you have, you know, hundreds of clients and they all may be on different billing tiers. But the find feature is really great. I use that daily just to find jobs and you know, or find tasks that maybe you know, I need to do just like a quick search of something to jog my memory about something we did for a business that may have been a year ago. But notes are also extremely helpful, and we use those a lot with communicating with our billing. And that's great to just save those notes for yourself or just to communicate with people across departments.
That's awesome. You actually, and I know we're about to go off script here a little bit, but you mentioned a couple of items there just around the tasks that you have for invoicing as well as creating a note. How do you kind of work those two together for yourself? Like, how does that work smoothly for you?
I pin notes a lot, and so does Sue. She pins notes back and forth, and that shows right up on my dashboard. But what I like to use the notes feature for is to, maybe I'm writing a note to Sue, but I create a follow-up task for myself. So that's generally how I use those.
That's awesome. And then, sorry, just again, one more follow-up question on some of that too. Are you able to utilize the the task dependencies for some of those, especially in regards to like the invoicing? Once that last task has been completed, and then that one would just be auto-generated?
That may be something that we need to look into using.
Okay, but, I like it.
Maybe you can give me a little bit more training.
Yeah, I think we can definitely connect on that. That'd be fun. Awesome. Okay, cool. So sort of our next thing again that we really found in that in the industry report that we produced was that 70% of agencies that we surveyed actually over-service their clients by 50% or more. With how do you find that you are able to kind of manage and track sort of that sort of activity that can happen?
This is definitely a pain point. So we are right in there with the people that said that this would be an issue. But, we are in the service industry, so it's something that's going to come up no matter what. But, one thing that really sets us apart, I think, is the value of our work for our clients. And by implementing Function Point, or before implementing it, we didn't really have a way to see the health of a job as a whole. We use a different time tracking tool, and we can do P&Ls, but the way that Function Point really has brought that kind of to the forefront is being able to see the health of that project or that job all the way through to the estimate, to the invoice, but seeing it on the job screen itself is really helpful. And, this allows us to track where we are at each stage of the project. And that way we can see if we're getting close to going over the scope of work or if we're coming in under budget.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, that was, I think, one of our main goals by producing this is so that you have all of that data right there in front of your face when you're going through that. I also just realized I completely forgot to tell the group earlier that we do have a colleague of mine who's answering questions in the background. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to shoot those through. We definitely want to hear from you. So go ahead and do that. We will also have a brief Q&A at the end for anything that we think would be really great to ask Priscilla right on screen. But let's go into our next thing. So, I think we have already, you've really touched on a lot of really great content. Is there just any kind of last minute advice that you'd like to give to other agencies that are just facing any similar challenges that you at Veugeler are facing, or, that you've recently kind of overcome it all?
I think just really using the data that you have within Function Point to help you quote future jobs and future projects is something that, some advice that we can give. But it's great if you can look back at a similar job just to give you a better idea if you're quoting too high or if you're not quoting enough. And I think that's been something that we have really improved upon since we joined Function Point, and it's been April of 2016. So I think that gave us a better just visibility of our quoting process, and just making sure that we do quote enough, or maybe we are coming in under budget, which is ideal, of course, for our projects and jobs. But I think Function Point has a lot of ways to easily find ways to improve on your processes.
That's awesome. And then I always love this team photo that you guys have here of, again, you guys really like your craft beer and mimosas. It's awesome.
And this is fun. This was we do a spring games with another agency that we work with, and we have a field day every year, and this is a highlight of our year, and so I'm glad this picture made the webinar.
Awesome. Hey, who knows? Maybe there's other people on this webinar that are based around Atlanta, Georgia. Maybe you're going to have a bigger one this year. That could be fun.
Yeah, we love that. Great.
Oh, and we're also getting a comment from some other listeners. They want to join for Mimosa Fridays. So I think your Friday is going to be busy this year.
So come on down. And we've got a bar with craft beer. So if you're not a Mimosa fan, we've got something that you'll like.
I love it. Speaking my language. Awesome. So again, that's really, we had kind of expected this to be around 30 minutes today. So we are starting to run down on our time. But again, thank you so much, Priscilla, for joining us today. I always really enjoy chatting with you. So when we decided to start this, it felt like a really great opportunity to be able to work with you a little bit on something a bit different. I'm kind of just looking for maybe some questions that have maybe come through from some other individuals. Oh, okay, we've got a really good one. So for you, Priscilla, what is your favorite feature of FP? If you could pick one.
Goodness. I guess probably just the copying feature. I do like that. And I kind of touched on that earlier, but it really saves you time from having to just put everything in from scratch. So I think that's a quick feature that helps a lot, across every department of our business. We utilize that a lot.
That's
Hope
great.
that helps.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. Sorry?
If I had to choose one, but it may be different from Roots, our production manager, or Sue. She may have a different feature that they like, since we all work with Function Point in different aspects.
Yeah, and I guess we do have Sue on in the background. So hi, Sue. I know we do have you muted. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you're able to join us today.
Here's what we say: just the customer service is top notch. It really is. If we have a problem, so we really appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. It's it's easy when there's people we enjoy working with, right? Okay, great. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Again, thank you so much, Priscilla. Before we log off, I just wanted to sort of let some people out there know we're really excited. This is going to be an ongoing thing for us for the next little while. Next month, we're going to have a marketing maven, Jane Masenko, joining us from another one of our agencies, and we're going to be talking a little more about a healthy work-life balance for teams, especially theirs, because the majority of them are all remote workers, which is going to be an interesting twist. So we're excited about that. Priscilla, I hope that we have you maybe join us listening in for that one. It should be fun.
Yes.
And then, awesome. And then everyone else still joining, we do have a referral program, which is a $250 Amazon gift card if you refer someone to us. So please take advantage. We want to be able to hand some of those out. Okay, awesome. Again, Priscilla, thank you so much for your time today. It really was so lovely having you on. And we have recorded this today, so if anyone wasn't able to attend that is in your office that maybe wants to take a listen or to reference it later, we will be sending that out with our follow-up emails later. Okay, awesome. All right, thanks, Priscilla. And everyone, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Thank you.